Jim Schnyder, I'm with PepsiCo. I'm on the strategic sourcing team. We have about 300,000 employees and just under 200 countries across the globe. Yeah, we've got a lot of brands that people know and love. We've got Pepsi, Frito, Quaker, Tropicana, Gatorade, all things that household names that people love. You would think that, when I do speaking engagements and when I talk to individuals, a lot of people say, hey, your job is absolutely so simple. But you got to think, a lot of the times the people that we are seeking are at the top of their game, and they may not be actively seeking jobs. They not be the ones that are reaching out to us and applying to those requisitions, which does put the extra emphasis on engaging with the top 10% or the top people in the industry, reaching out to them personally and making sure that they're getting back to you to engage with the top talent and make sure that we land the top folks. Because, hey, let's face it, the top people aren't always taking a peek around and looking at making that job change. So sometimes you have to reach out to them. I think that that's one of the challenges that I think most companies do have, and we've actually had at PepsiCo as well, is the definition of sourcing. You have so many people that think differently when they think sourcing. I think the key word is strategic. What we leverage is the word strategic sourcing. To me, means that you're looking at using it as more of an engagement and outreach strategy for the company, going after specific profiles or maybe those roles that are very beneficial to the organization and tough to fill. So you have to go out and actively try to engage and find those folks. A lot of people will say that sourcing is just the act of going out and finding talent or a resume, pulling those in, screening them, qualifying them, and then getting them on, asking them a few questions, maybe sending them an email back and forth, and maybe not even having a conversation with them. To me, that's a part of maybe active sourcing. You still have to have the conversation with the individual to make sure that they're a fit for the organization from a culture standpoint. But to me, strategic sourcing is the specific keyword that we're using to differentiate and explain exactly what we're doing. The way that we do sourcing from a strategic standpoint, we started off really doing an analysis and a study of agency spend. And we looked at what are the most difficult roles to fill, what are the ones that we know that we turn and look at external agencies just because we maybe can't find them, and then also kind of what are the most in demand, that maybe those in demand skills that are tough to snare, engage, and get into the fold. So we did a study of those, and we really found that there were 3 to 4 major functions that needed that kind of strategic outreach. And so that's where we started with our team. And obviously what we're trying to do is knock out spending money on agency fees. So that's, the ROI that we're going after is a big part of the nugget of ROI is the agency spend that we're trying to make sure that we don't have. I'm out there on LinkedIn. My last name is SCHNY, like New York, DER. You can search LinkedIn, Jim Schnyder. I'm at Jim Schnyder, SCHNYDER. I enjoy talking about sourcing, and it's one of the fun things.